toxic exes, chaotic baby mama drama,
Ooh.
sneaky links.
Sneaky links.
Why is this culture addicted to dysfunction?
This is an Iwebu production.
Period. If you guys do not know who DaBaby is a rapper. He was dating or not dating a young lady named Danny Lay. Now, there has been a lot of toxicity around them surrounding their relationship or not relationship. Just stupid, embarrassing, really dumb, really young. But that's seemingly what this culture is moving toward, this sneaky link. We not in a relationship, but we are, but we aren't, but we smashing every night, but we live together. Anywho, that was this situation with these two right here. Well, one day, DaBaby decided to go live. And he was recording Danny Lay and kicking her out of his house for whatever reason. Wow. He's recording her. It's embarrassing. She's like, what the heck? Oh, I'm your, he's telling her like, the child was there. The child was there. He's saying like, oh, I was just screwing you. You ain't nothing. She's like, oh, I'm just your side piece. Wow. We haven't been together. She starts saying like, dude, you've been doing married man stuff to me every night. You just did it last night. Wow. All of this is on live.
That was way more graphic than what we could say.
Yeah, we can't go, but y'all get what I'm saying. What do married men do to their wives when they trying to get them pregnant? So that's what he was doing. Yeah. He calls the police because I'm guessing there had been physical altercation before. So he's like, hey, I'm gonna record this, call the police, get her out. And just being a woman watching this video, I was so embarrassed for her, with her, that she even felt that it just says, this is what I'm worth. Sad, and this is the daughter was there too. The baby was there. She puts. I mean, it was just complete madness. Well, fast forward. Danny Lay has a brother who is seeing all this chaos. He's seeing the video, the lives, the statuses, and DaBaby real prideful, like, yep, I did that. It is what it is. So the brother is like, okay, I have a problem with this. I have a problem with you embarrassing my sister. Any brother would be. A brother, a homie, a friend, or anything that loves you should stand up. So he says, when I see you, it's like that. It's like that. Well, London on the Track had a party at the bowling alley. DaBaby and his entourage was there, and Brandon, which is Danny Lay's brother, pulls up, confronts DaBaby. Fast forward, DaBaby and his entourage jumps him.
Should have expected that.
Definitely. I mean, hey, and as they said, like, one person confronts a bunch of men, you gonna think they got something on him.
If he gets beat, that messes up his whole career.
Yeah, and so they all jumped him, and it was just it's just a whole chaotic situation for so many reasons, and I think it's so many layers in this that you can speak on why it's toxic, why this doesn't make sense, but the addiction to this toxic cycle.
Yeah, unfortunately, I can relate to some of these things. I too, if you did not know, and we've discussed in previous videos, that I have 2 kids with 2 different women before I got married. Okay. I've actually had some situations where there was, whether it being from them having like issues being back and forth with an ex as far as it goes. In and out with them, on and off. When it comes to the physical abuse type part, I've unfortunately had some of those type of encounters where we had that, and then also
you wasn't beating females up.
Not doing nothing like that.
No, I'm knocking females out.
No. Yeah, it's a lot to it, but we'll definitely keep that under. But anyway, but overall,
one day we'll actually
talk about it. But overall, even with someone being upset, I had an ex cousin tried to confront me about something, and it was all about just some misunderstanding, not even knowing the actual truth,
no facts,
based off of something she said and what the facts were.
Wow.
Unfortunately, never got to that. It was
but the same type of situation. You had a relationship with a woman, and she probably told this dude like, hey, he tripping. So the dude was ready to pull up on you.
He was mad at me. Just came up. He came out of nowhere or whatever. But nothing went down. He was like, she told me this part. Was like, well, hey, brother, instead of, coming like you want to do something, like, hey, why don't you just actually know what's going on and have a conversation? And that's what it ended up being, and it was all good from there. Again, I can relate with these things until I found Christ. Okay. When I did really strengthen my relationship with the Lord in 2012, a lot of those things I had to turn away from. I even actually broke away from the ex and was actually single for a year and abstained and all these different things. And that's when the Lord was able to open my eyes to what I was doing wrong. I mean, I remember nights when people were in clubs, things of that sort. I'm watching Dr. Vernon and stuff, and I'm in here crying like, that's
Lord,
me.
help.
Oh my gosh, Lord, that's me.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm just like, I'm so messed up and did not notice this thing. Being that guy, I can relate with them in some ways, but I got to the point where I'm not stepping into my kid's mom's house.
Okay, wait, pause.
Yeah.
You can't just slide into that.
What's that?
You can't slide. He's dropping gems, y'all.
Yeah.
So first and foremost, you gave your life to Christ.
Yes.
First and foremost, you gave your life to Christ.
And that's what I pray someone like DaBaby would do. You
submitted your life to him. But not only did you just give your life to Christ, you created boundaries. So tell them what you don't do.
Before my wife, I'm not stepping in their house. Like, I'm not going, like, I don't want to even cross the, I'm not waiting on the couch for the kid. Yeah. All that, like, we're not doing any of those type of things. Because that's how that
in and out stuff happens.
Yeah, all the in and out starts happening.
Sitting on the couch, kind of vibing out, hanging out. And I think that's a big thing, is that there's no boundaries in these type of toxic it's no boundaries.
No boundary at all.
We do whatever we do. And I say this all the time, like, we're doing temporary things with temporary people. So
permanent things. Yeah, we're doing permanent things. We're doing with these temporary people.
Permanent things with temporary people. We're intimate. That's a permanent thing.
Yeah.
Then you're doing things to make the woman pregnant.
Yeah.
That's a permanent thing. You living together. That's a permanent, like, people can say, I don't know if it's too bad to live together before, Okay.
It's taxing.
Because we have something that probably started off innocent. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm pretty sure when you were dating your exes and dating, the mother of your children, you'd never thought it ended in physical altercation and going to court and fighting over your kids and doing all this stuff.
All the extra stuff that you just,
women are different, because what was so sad to me was seeing her plead her case, how no, I was his woman, because he was on live saying you was nothing. We've been just smashing for these last couple of years. I didn't make you my main girl.
And this is someone who had his kid.
Someone who has your kid. And then she is on Instagram, y'all, posting proof. Hey, this is the Snapchat when we was in Dubai in 2000. You're saying DaBaby is saying, I love you. And she's like, oh, but I'm a side. The fact that you have to prove to the world that you were his main chick is already sad, because that was a sneaky link, but y'all was doing permanent things with temporary situation, temporary people. Now you have a permanent child out of this temporary.
And unfortunately, they get caught up in the middle of all of this. You know, one of the biggest things and one of the biggest reasons why I knew I had to change was because my daughters would see that, and I didn't want them to. So I, really, to be honest with you, if anyone, and I don't know if you relate to this, I don't know if you're going through the same thing or if you know someone that's in there, but plead with them. Plead with them, and I plead with you if it's you. Yeah. Think about your child. That's what I had to think about to get away from.
Don't. Yeah. Like, what was their upbringing? What made them feel like this is so normal to have children, to have, a daughter at that can be brought up, that can watch this video of her mother being disrespected by her father.
Definitely.
Not another man, her father. And then what does that do to that little girl? Oh, I can get what a do like that.
More is caught than taught, baby.
Absolutely.
More is caught than taught. Like, you can tell your kids all these different things or whatever, but more is caught than taught. And so you will see someone who grew up in a household with both parents, and they were married and was had a beautiful relationship, not as much arguing, things of that sort. You will see the fruits of that. Like, their children will go, and they usually have those type of relationships.
Absolutely.
Well, like, for instance, like we were talking about ourselves, like my mom, she was she was married a couple different times, and whenever she was done with somebody, she was on to the next. You understand? Like, she didn't waste no time and things of that sort. And
she didn't fight.
No, she didn't fight. No wasn't no compromise. None of those things. I think my father's been probably in about 3 different marriages, and 2.
We got about almost 20 marriages between our parents. Think about that, y'all. Think about that.
Overall, this is what I saw until I had made the same mess, because nobody had alerted me or anything until I'm watching in these different sermons,
unlearning
all of those things, and unlearning all this mess that was in me. I was like,
and we're still unlearning, by the way.
Yeah, we still are,
because you learned for the last 30 years, you've learned this. Now you gotta unlearn all of this. I happened to read Proverbs 7 today, and it was talking about the woman and how. The scripture, the chapter is almost pleading the man, like, don't fall for this. Don't fall in this trap. I know she smelled. It talked about her perfume. It talked about how the woman sprays her sheets before you get in it. It talked about her lipstick, her eyelashes. I mean, this chapter is so descriptive, and it literally pleads the man, don't fall in that. She's immoral. And if you do it, you are too. You are just. And
that goes both ways, ladies.
It goes both ways. It goes, and this is not just a man thing. But the reason why I talk about that chapter and speaking to the men is that you see a lot of conferences about woman, know your worth, woman, hold out, woman. We need to tell the men the same thing, because guess what? What started out as a sneaky link ends up in court fighting for your child for the next 18 years.
Let me tell you.
Because you were
I'm a witness.
Come on. Still. You know what I'm saying? Still
straight up, still to this
in
day,
court.
You know?
And so that is why we plead. And I think that's why the Bible pleads. Y'all, sex is more than just a smash and a pass. Because y'all, people don't even use protection anymore. So y'all getting people pregnant with demons, and dealing with soul ties and this toxic cycle that your child might also involve themselves in. It is a dangerous thing. But going back to what you said, babe, giving your life to Christ, learning your worth, learning, this is not me to sleep around with these women, to make them fall for this, to make them feel like this, and that. And then another step and set boundaries.
That was the only thing that saved me. That was the only thing that saved me from continuing that pattern over and over and over and over again. Even when in Christ, our situation happened. I had a different view of that. It was either going to be that we end up getting married, or we're going to have to end up ending it. Well, we would have been boundaries, all those different things. I'm not about to play those games. And so I just, I was even so happy that one of my daughters the other day, I was thinking that she still remembered when I was in a relationship with her mom. And she said she doesn't even remember. I think she just remembers you.
Yeah, she didn't know.
And I was like, wow, she's
that's
like
grace.
12 years old.
But that's grace too.
Yeah, that's grace too. Because she doesn't remember like the arguments and all those things as much as I thought she would. But also I broke away at that time because I said, I know what? She's on the verge of really remembering what's going on right here. I don't want her to see this. I remember a time where she's yelling, stop. And she doesn't remember that, but she was yelling, stop. That was it for me.
Wow.
That was it for me. I cannot do that. And so I plead, I don't know if you're going through that same situation, but Christ is the only way. And we're praying and we're hoping that DaBaby, Danny Lay, the brother, even if they haven't, that they choose Christ, man, that they turn the other way, because this is just a continual pattern that will not stop with them. It will go to their children and continue on, unfortunately, maybe to their children's children. And so
these sneaky links, y'all, they sound cute, they sound fun, but they end up with a lifetime of consequences. This is not cute, and we got to break this addiction in this culture of this dysfunction, y'all. We gotta break it.
Again, I don't know if you guys are going through the same thing. Hey, drop it in the comments. I'm not saying tell your business or anything like that, but if you know someone that's going through that same thing, what do y'all think about this situation? Let us know below. Hey man, thank you so much for making it to the end of this video. If you could do us a huge favor, please hit that like button and please subscribe.
Yes, and do not forget to hit that notification bell.
Yes.
We need y'all to be notified every single time we go live and when we drop a video. And follow us on all social media platforms at The Uwables. And we will see y'all next time on Radical Love with The Uwables.
We'll see you.